The pressure's on, it's time for the Bamzooki Showdown. Today, our 4 returning teams are going to battle it out over 2 semi-finals and a final as we search for today's Bamzooki Champion of Champions. The pressure's on. Not only do they get the kudos of winning, they also get their hands on this brilliant Bamzooki brick, which I think you'll agree is certainly worth winning. Also, as impressive as always is, of course, our commentator, Rich. Rich, mate, what would you say is your top tip for today?
Always let a mud stain dry on your carpet and then use a hard brush to remove it.
Rich, I'm kind of thinking, who do you think's going to win?
Oh, too close to call, Jake.
I think I'd agree with you. So let's get on with today's show meet. Our very first team returning for today's Bamzooki Showdown. They're the bad boys, and here's how they won through.
Step forward. Stephen.
Come on, Eggy, come on!
Nathan. And Luke. It wasn't exactly a pushover for the bad boys in their heat. Not only did they come from 1 game down to lead into the final, they then threw away that advantage and had to come from behind again in a thrilling conclusion to a tense first day final.
Bad boys, welcome back to Bamzooki. Are you feeling nervous?
Yeah.
I thought you might be. Now, we've just seen that it wasn't all plain sailing for you when you were here last time. What are you going to do to make sure you're successful today?
We had learnt a lot from the last heats, and that's really made our Zook bigger and better.
So you're confident of success today?
Yeah.
All right, bad boys, best of luck for you. But let's meet the team you're up against in today's semi-final. They're the Goobers, and this is how they ended up returning to Bamzooki.
Hi, we're the Goobers. He's like a tough guy. Right for the end. Our aim is to build Zooks with great stamina and survival instincts.
And that's exactly what they did. Blockhead gobbled up a turkey in Zook Sumo. Goyle said, "Eat my goal." And it all came together perfectly in the final, like a well-oiled machine, as Linford sprinted for glory.
Good to see you again, lads. How are you feeling?
Very tense.
Very nervous.
I'm very confident.
You see, Shane, I'm not surprised you're feeling confident, because last time you were here, you won every single round and the final. Can you carry that forward through to today's Bamzooki Showdown?
Yeah, we're very confident that we'll beat the other team.
All right, good luck, lads. Now, today, our teams are not playing with ordinary Zooks. Oh, no, they're going to have the chance to design their very own Super Zooks. Earlier on today, they had a few minutes to sit down as a team and work out exactly what Zook they wanted to play with for today's showdown. Now, they could either design a brand new Zook, or they could design a Zook taken from one of the designs that the team already owned. They didn't have very long, and they had to design a Zook that was brilliant at everything. This is what happened.
Well, both teams decided to modify probably their best Zook. The Goobers in red chose Goyle. He'd proved himself both fast and accurate in the heat, and they decided to beef up his front end. Whereas the bad boys went for the already beefy Knuckles, and they focused on his leg movement, hoping to increase his speed and turning ability. If both these Zooks perform to their full potential, we are in for quite a show.
Interesting Uber Zooks teams, if quite similar. Let's see how they cope in today's first semi-final. Down you come, come on.
Well, take a look at these Uber Zooks. The bad boy's King Nuxter looks the real deal with his improved turning circle, and Colin, the Zook formerly known as Goyle, has every chance of continuing the Goobers' unbeaten streak.
Cheers, Rich. And this team's is the semi-final that your Uber Zooks will be competing in. As you can see, Bernard and Nosy, as always, are demonstrating the way the game works. What will happen is loads of targets will randomly appear across the table, and what your Zook has to do is get to them first. Every time you touch a target, as you've just seen happen there, another target will appear. And at the end of the game, the Zook that's touched the most targets is going to be the winner. Teams, you looking forward to this?
Yeah!
Best of luck to both of you. It's now time for the first semi-final. OK, lads, you've all designed your Uber Zooks. It's now time to see if they're good enough to propel you into the final. Best of luck. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Well, so much at stake here as King Nuxter and Colin fight over those targets. King Nuxter in green, remember, and Colin in red. And 2-1 to Colin at the moment, and he's going to get there first to make it 3-1. But you've got to say, as Colin extends his lead, that they're quite evenly matched Zooks in terms of speed and design. But here we have Colin, who's in an ideal position now as he stretches the lead. But every time he gets one, it seems King Nuxter gets one back. It is so close, only 2 points in it. Nuxter now, 5-6. He's going to get there 6-all. What a great comeback, but oh no! King Nuxter's fallen off the table. Oh, and it's too easy now for Colin. Oh dear, 10-6.
Rich, it just fell completely silent here, boys. Congratulations with your victory. What can I say, bad boys? It was completely neck and neck when you fell off the table. Are you okay? Yeah. You don't feel too bad? All right, thank you for being brilliant competitors. You made it all the way to today's semi-final. And as for you, boys, your winning run at Bamzooki continues. You've never lost, Goobers, so best of luck in today's final, and well played to you, boys. But it's now time to see one of the potential teams that you might be playing in the final today. They're the Hailstones, and this is how they ended up at the Bamzooki Showdown.
We're the Hailstones, and we're the team that are crazy about balls.
Well, being crazy about balls worked a treat for Zook bowling, but the Hailstones lost out in both a closely fought Zook trap and a contentious world's strongest Zook. But it all came together perfectly in the final with a magical performance from Voodoo, which has given them their place here today.
Welcome back, Hailstones. Good to see you. Now, as we've just seen, last time you lost 2 of your 3 heats and still came through in the final. What have you got this time to make sure you're successful right from start to finish?
Well, it gave us some confidence last time because we lost 2 out of the 3 matches but came back to win the final.
So you're confident that this time you can do exactly the same again and win that final?
Definitely, yeah.
All right, best of luck, boys. But before you can even start thinking about the final, you've got to get past the tremendous trio in the semis. And this is how they ended up coming back to Bamzooki.
Meet Elliot, Christopher and Fraser. It was an up-and-down ride for the tremendous trio in their heat. They got off to the worst possible start, narrowly losing Ram Zook. But their disappointment didn't last long, thanks to Bob in Zook Pursuit. But then they threw it all away again in Merry-Go Zook. Luckily, Big Bo Bob was on hand to save the day with a tremendous finish.
Tremendous trio, welcome back to Bamzooki, and I have to say, first impressions, you 3 are looking really nervous. Are you feeling quite nervous?
Yeah.
I thought you might be. Now, last time it wasn't all plain sailing for you. What are you going to do this time to make sure that your performance is second to none?
Well, last time we went to the final 1 second down, so we can't afford to lose a single round this time.
It's that simple. Lose 1 round and you're out. Best of luck today, boys. And, of course, the tremendous trio and the Hailstones have both designed their very own Uber Zooks, and this is what happened when they did that earlier on today.
The tremendous trio chose to add to the wonder that was Bob. He was already quick, so they decided to develop his pushing ability. The Hailstones pinned their hopes on Voodoo, again a quick Zook that required some front-end modifications. With both taking a similar approach, it should make for a close contest.
Again, teams, your Zooks look so similar, but it's now time to see what's going to separate them in our second semi-final. Down you come.
With the modifications in place, we've got a couple of tough-looking Zooks here. Joust for the Hailstones. He seems to have everything you'd want in an Uber Zook. And say goodbye to Bob and hello to Jim for the tremendous trio.
An Uber Zook called Jim. Very interesting. Anyway, teams, before your Uber Zooks can represent you in today's final, you've got to get past Lumber Zook. Now, as you can see, Bernard and Nosy are demonstrating the way this semi-final works. What you have to do is knock over the poles with your team's colour at the top, but if your Zook knocks over a pole with the other team's colour, they're still going to get the point. So hopefully you've designed an Uber Zook with rather good aim. Teams, are you ready for this?
Yes!
OK, it's now time to kick off our second semi-final. OK, teams, this is it. A place in the Bamzooki final and a chance to win the Bamzooki brick is at stake right now. No pressure. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2,
Ready, team? Come on.
No pressure, you're having a laugh, Jake. This is the very definition of pressure, as Jim and Joust both go for their first pole. Joust missed his, but Jim got it for him. Unbelievable. And Joust has now got his second pole down, and he's making his way back for a third, but he's got tangled up with Jim. Unbelievable here. Both Zooks similarly designed, both Zooks stuck. But it looks like, yes, they're free. And now Joust goes for his. He gets his third one. He's only got one left. And Jim is stuck. And here comes Joust, but he's knocked down Jim's pole. They both go for the final pole. Unbelievable. And it's Jim. Jim's pole was down first.
Unbelievable, Hailstones. I'm so sorry. You lost that by a fraction of a second, just as both of the Zooks hit the final poles. They both fell. But I'm afraid the Tremendous Trio's pole hit the ground first. You feeling OK, boys?
Yeah.
Tremendous Trio. That red block touched the floor seconds before the Hailstones. You're in the final. How do you feel?
Brilliant.
Congratulations. You obviously learned a lot from the last time you were here because it wasn't as plain sailing. Well played. You're going to be in today's final versus the Goobers, so best of luck to you, boys. Now, looking at these Uber Zooks, you may well be thinking that Zook building's simple. Well, you'd be wrong.
And you'd be right, Jake. Here are some of the Zooks that didn't quite make it to the programme. We've seen strong Zooks, quick Zooks, manoeuvrable Zooks, but this little lot can't even stand up. I wonder what idiot designed these.
I've got a sneaky suspicion Rich designed a few of those Zooks. Anyway, on with today's show. It's now time for our Bamzooki Grand Final. The Goobers against the Tremendous Trio. Which Uber Zook is going to be victorious? So here we are in today's final. Goobers, you're going to be playing in green. Tremendous Trio, you're going to be playing in red. Now, Goobers, you've never lost on Bamzooki. It's an amazing record to have. Shane, are you heading for a fall, or is it going to be another success for you?
Well, we've got an advantage on them because we've never lost a match.
So you think you can do this?
Yeah.
OK, and what about over here at the Tremendous Trio? You know you're so lucky to be in this final. You're in it by the skin of your teeth. Fraser, can you go on and win this thing?
Yeah.
You think so? All right, well, best of luck to both of your teams. But before we go any further, Rich, why do we think these Uber Zooks are going to be so good at this final?
Why? Because they're exceptional Zooks, Jake. Exceptional Zooks with ordinary names. Say hello to Colin and Jim.
I have to say, Rich, I'm loving the names as well. But let's get on with the final, boys. This is the way it's going to work. Your Zook starts off down the end of the table. They then have to get around all of these obstacles up to the end here and then back again. It's going to test everything that your Zook should be good at. Speed, agility and power. Best of luck to both teams. I don't know which way it's going to go, but let's now start the countdown for today's Bamzooki final.
3, 2,
Ready, team?
1.
So this is what it all boils down to. The ultimate Zooks taking part in the ultimate final. Colin in green and Jim in red. And Colin in green has made his way to the end, pushed the block over and begins his return journey as Jim is stuck. Jim is now free. Colin's got stuck in the Zook trap. Well, it is a trap. What else are you going to expect to happen? Jim is free. He pushes his block and turns. Colin's still stuck and Jim has passed him. What a disaster for the Goobers. Is this going to be their first defeat? But Jim's got stuck on a pole that he doesn't even need to go round. He should just go straight down the middle. What an idiot. Can Colin get free? Because it's his for the taking. He can. Unbelievable. The Goobers win.
Congratulations, Goobers. Well played. What can I say, Tremendous Trio? You did so well to make it here into the final. Really unlucky. I thought Jim was a brilliant Zook, but it was a really hard course to be good at. So well played to you boys. And what can I say, Goobers? You just can't lose at Bamzooki, can you? You've never, ever lost an event. Shane, that was a brilliantly designed Zook. Are you happy with the way it performed?
Yes.
All right, well, congratulations. These are your Bamzooki prizes. Adam, there you go. That's for you. Daniel, we've got one for you as well. And Shane, we've got a Bamzooki brick for you as well. Everyone at school is going to be super jealous. Thank you very much for coming on the show and showing us just how brilliant your Zooks can be. Are you happy?
Yes.
Of course you're happy. Well played, boys. And don't forget, if you'd like to design your very own Zooks, then you can. Log on to bbc.co.uk/cbbc. Click on Bamzooki. All the software is there to download and build your very own Zooks. And who knows, maybe you could be here in the Bamzooki final next time. Rich, I think Nosy would have been good at this, don't you?
Possibly.
Maybe not. All right, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bamzooki.
Welcome to Bamzooki. Over the next 15 minutes, we've got 3 rounds and a final as we search for today's best virtually created creature a.k.a. Zook. Rich is here to guide us through all the contests as usual. Rich, mate, how's it going?
I'm fine, Jake, and the viewers are in for a treat. Tell them to pull up a chair, sit down, close the door. Ooh, no, close the door first. Sit down, pull up a... No, hang on.
No,
close
Rich,
the door.
no, it's fine. I know exactly what you mean. They've just got to stay exactly where they are. More from Rich a little bit later on as he guides us through today's contests. But before we get to the contests, it's time to meet our teams. And the very first team basically used the Bamzooki as a big excuse to go go-karting.
We're the Graaf squad, and we think our Zook should be built like go-karts. Go-karts are fast, and we want our Zook to be too.
They're also good at turning, and that's what we think is the key to a good Zook.
Problem, guys. Zooks can't have wheels. Okay, so we make our Zooks like go-karts, but with legs.
Come on, Sam.
Just your legs. No, come on, Sam. Yes, Sam. Yes, Sam.
Guys, welcome to Bamzooki. Now then, are all your Zooks basically go-karts with legs?
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, T16's our fastest. It took about 3 days to make, and it was very hard to make.
All right, it looks more like a snake than a go-kart to me, but lads, I trust in what you say. Good luck on Bamzooki today. But right now, let's meet the team that you're up against. And when it came to getting their Zooks ready, they thought design second, fashion first.
Joel is wearing sporting blue, which of course is the new blue. Christian is almost industrial, sticking to what he does best, looking good. As you can see, Ben has gone for a very casual look, baggy and blacks, classic. I have gone for skater chic, very street and very next century.
We use the Zook Rangers, and we think how you look is very important.
It's all about presentation. First impressions count.
Just because you're good at computers doesn't mean you have to look like a geek. Of course, when it comes to Bamzooki, it's not just how you look, it's about how you move.
And they sound remarkably like the darkness as well. Welcome to Bamzooki, Zook Rangers. I'm actually expecting your Zooks to be the trendiest Zooks we've ever seen. Tell me what you like about them.
I think Krabby's our best Zook because he's really good at pushing because of that big thing on his head.
All right, cool. Good luck for today's show. But right now, I think we should get on with the programme, don't you? It's time for the first contest. Go on, boys. Off you go. Go on. OK, teams, Bernard and Nosy are demonstrating our first game of the day. This is Zook Zigzag. As you can see, Bernard is showing you exactly how to do it. Nosy, not quite as well. The aim of the game is to get to this line and back to the start before the other Zook. What you need for this is a bit of speed and a whole lot of agility. Teams, it's your first chance to go and pick a Zook, so make it a good one. Off you go.
Speed, control, steering. Sounds easy. Just pick the one that can do all that.
Yes,
it's kind of good.
Yeah, it's fast. Yeah, I think Fawn might be good actually because the way his legs move, he's add them close.
Later rounds.
Blaze, because I think this is the
New ball is the best one.
Interesting first matchup. Back you come, teams.
Well, predictably, both teams have gone for quick Zooks. The Zook Rangers, it's Fawn. He looks like he might get caught on the poles to me. And as for the De Graaf squad, they've gone for C-R-A-W. I'm just going to call him Crawler. He looks quick.
Cheers, Rich. It's now time to find out, teams. You've both picked Zooks that you think can do the business for you, and it's now time for you to take a step back, and it's up to the Zooks to perform. Good luck to both teams. You could both do with an early lead. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
And so Zook Zigzag is go. Remember, these Zooks have got to get all the way down to the end of the table, turn and come back to claim the victory. And straight away, Crawler for the De Graaf squad in green has completed the first leg. What a great design that Zook is. Fawn, slow and steady, but not quick enough. It's looking too easy for Crawler and the De Graaf squad. Only a couple of poles to go. Meanwhile, Fawn is making his first turn and beginning the journey back.
It's not going to be quick enough, though, I fear, because Crawler is surely back, but he seems to have got caught a couple of poles from the end. This is a disaster for Crawler. He had this in the bag, and Bon is passing him. Unbelievably, the slow and steady approach paying off. I've never seen anything like Crawler's free, but he's not going to make it. Bon does it.
Yes! That is unbelievable, the Graaf squad. I'm so sorry. There's no doubt who had the fastest Zook, but it just got stuck on that pole. Congratulations, you've taken the lead. But don't worry, boys, there's still a long way to go before today's final. Rich, obviously Crawler is a super fast Zook. How did the Graaf squad design him so well?
Well, they've clearly been studying this speed expert. As one of nature's supreme sprinters, the cheetah is perfectly adapted for speed in every way, and the key lies in its supple spine. The spine arches and the cheetah's legs are pulled underneath its body. So as it extends, it allows the cheetah to take the biggest stride possible. Just hold it there for a second. It extends and then arches. Extends and arches, giving the cheetah added reach. Maybe something to consider next time you are designing a sprinting Zook.
It's now time for our second contest. As we speak, the De Graaf squad are losing by 1-0. Fingers crossed they can overturn their deficit. OK, teams, up next today is a test of strength in Zook Sumo. Now, the aim of the game is to push the Zook off the table, making sure that your Zook is the last one left on here. Bernard and Nosy are going to demonstrate exactly how to do it. Now, Bernard, I want you to go straight for it. OK, off the end of the table. 3, 2, 1, go! Go on, Bernard, go on! Just push right off the end. Go on. That is how you be successful at Zook Sumo. Not a bad Zook, I have to say. They're OK just hanging out on the floor, while you boys go and pick a Zook.
The only way I can get Nosy to win that is if I dip his legs in glue, an option not available to our teams.
I think T15 is really good. The blaze is bigger, so it can push him off the side easier.
16 is the best because it's got a flat body.
Yes, he has that big.
It's just steadier.
Zook Rangers, De Graaf squad, it's the second contest. Come on.
Well, completely differing tactics from the two teams here. The De Graaf squad have gone for the tiny little CT sub. Maybe he packs a real punch. Meanwhile, the Zook Rangers, well, they've chosen Blaze. Looks like he might be related to Von.
Cheers, Rich. Teams, it's another of these brilliant kind of David versus Goliath competitions. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1...
Well, it's anybody's guess as to the outcome of this Zook Sumo. Looks like two mismatched Zooks, but CT sub there, the little green Zook has got a good tactic. He's hiding underneath Blaze, and Blaze in red can do nothing about it. And there's every possibility that CT sub could tip him. Oh, they've both gone!
That was unbelievable. I have to say, for most of that, I couldn't even see CT sub. He seemed to be hidden underneath your Zook, guys. Rich, can we have a quick action replay or something?
Well, we've got the adjudicators in from the Zook governing body Zook Watch, and they've had a look at the tapes, and we can verify, almost unbelievably, that was a dead heat.
Teams, congratulations to both of you. I suppose, really, De Graaf squad, for you, that's a bit of a victory. It was a very small Zook. You were 1-0 down. You've managed to hold it to a draw. Are you happy with that result?
Yeah.
Guys, there is still one more round before the final, so it's everything to play for. It's time for the third round. OK, teams, our third game is Zook Ball. The aim, quite simply, is to score a goal. You're going to get 2 shots each. If you guys win, then you're going to take a 2-second lead into the final. If the De Graaf squad get the victory, then it's going to be all square. Obviously, you want to get a Zook who's a better striker than Nosy and not quite as clumsy as Bernard. Teams, this is the final chance to pick a Zook, so make it a good one. Off you go.
It's the final chance to pick a Zook, and they've only got 2 to choose from. They have a 50-50 decision.
If it goes under the ball, swirling, it could lob the goalie.
He could, like, bash the ball into the goal.
I think that we should pick... which one?
Yeah, but Gator's long legs can kick the ball out.
This is a big contest, teams. Back you come on.
Well, avert your eyes, viewers, because we've got a right couple of bruisers here. Both look like they've come off second best in a fight with a shovel. We've got Krabby for the Zook Rangers. He's no wall painting. And the equally ugly T15 for the De Graaf squad.
Rich, thank you very much. In case you offend the teams too much, he is only joking. OK, teams, this is it, your very own World Cup final. There's a lot at stake here, so good luck to both of you. You're looking to score the goals. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1...
Well, T15 is up first. It's a good shot, but out comes Krabby, and I think he's going to manage to push that away. He has done. A good save from Krabby. The ball's off the table, and a little bit of afters between the pair of them.
A very nice save there by your Zook. Let's see whether Krabby's as good when it comes to being a striker. Start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
So Krabby lines up and, well, while he makes his way to the ball, you've got to say that both these Zooks are ideally designed for striking the ball with that big flat head. I'm not quite sure what T15 is doing in the goal. He's trying to get out of the way, it looks like, and he's managed to backheel it. Well, unorthodox, but I suppose as long as you keep it out, doesn't matter how you do it.
And look at that, the ball is still rolling away from the goal. What can I say? It's just a good job none of you called your Zooks Wayne Rooney, because you're just not scoring the goals, teams. Come on, you've got one penalty left each, and you both need to score. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
T15, second shot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a goal.
Very simple, Rich, and as always, very effective indeed. The pressure is on the Zook Rangers. If you miss this, then you're not going to be taking a lead into the final. Let's start the countdown. This is important.
3, 2, 1.
Well, the pressure's on for Krabby now. He has got to score. That's it in a nutshell. Here he comes, up to the ball. Oh, that's very poor contact. Out comes T15 to save it easy, but he's turned round. Oh, he's put it in his own net. It's an own goal. Oh, what a twerp.
Well, regardless of whether that was the striker's goal or the goalkeeper's own goal, what can I say, Zook Rangers, you've drawn this contest and you've kept your 1 second lead to take into the final. You must be happy with that.
Yeah.
Well played. And as for you guys, don't worry about it. Your Zook wasn't the best goalkeeper in the world, but it's all to play for now as we enter today's Bamzooki final. There has been virtually nothing to separate our teams today on Bamzooki, and as we speak, the Zook Rangers are taking just a slender 1 second lead into the final. Now, teams, the final is a relay race. The first Zook you picked at the start of the show tags the next Zook, and so on and so forth, until the first team Zook to cross the finishing line is the winner. Now, Rich, there are two Zooks we haven't yet met, so please do the honours.
Let me introduce you to Gator for the Zook Rangers, and for the De Graaf squad, we've had T15, but here is T16.
Cheers, Rich. Listen, guys, all I can say is it's been an absolutely brilliant show. It is so close, so good luck to whoever wins today. I think it's now time to start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Off they go, and it looks to me like Crawler has already made up that 1 second deficit over Fawn of the Zook Rangers. They both tag their second Zooks, and Blaze and Fawn, who look similar, have got tangled. Meanwhile, CT Sub has tagged T15. This is a big lead for the De Graaf squad as T15 tags T16. Here finally comes Krabby, but it's not looking good for the Zook Rangers unless Gator can catch T16. I think it's all over. It's a good movement. The line's getting closer. How quick is Gator going to be? I don't think he's going to be quick enough. T16 takes it.
Zook Rangers, what can I say? You were so close to taking the final there, boys. You took a lead into the final. It just wasn't to be. And on another day, your Zooks would have been good enough to win, I'm sure. What can I say about you, boys? The De Graaf squad, you're in the semi-final. Well done, boys. You went into the final today with a deficit, so to win that over and make you into the semi-final, you've done so well. Pass those out amongst yourselves, and we'll see you again soon. And don't forget, if you would like to build your very own Zooks, then you can. Log on to bbc.co.uk/CBBC, click on Bamzooki, and all the software's there to download. Rich, another close final.
Oh, better than chocolate, Jake.
Not quite, but we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.